I started Brilliant in 2012. I wanted to reach out to the community to see who would like to say thank you on behalf of all the men and the women who suffered from HIV and AIDS. It was a tremendous support. Hundreds of hairdressers, makeup artists, dancers and actors had a story. They had a friend who had been affected by HIV or AIDS. There were many losses. And it was sort of realized early on that St. Paul's Hospital was the first hospital to open their hearts and their doors and continue to do so through this pandemic. When I was in my 20s, I was diagnosed HIV positive. I was told that I had 3 months left to live. So for 20 years, I was in St. Paul's Hospital, in and out. It was a very scary time, and it was a time that I needed a lot of support. And St. Paul's Hospital was there for me. They were there for our friends. This is a community event. It's an upside-down pyramid. No one's in charge. The Brilliant team is at the bottom of the pyramid, and on top are hundreds of makeup artists, hairdressers, actors, dancers, and singers that continue to come out annually every year to say thank you for all that St. Paul's Hospital does and will continue to do. You know, the first year, we really had to get out there and try and get people to say, you know, this would be a great project. Now the phone rings off the hook. Unfortunately, there's not enough room in the show for everybody. Despite the fact that there's a cast of over 200 people, there's 150 hairdressers, 80 to 100 makeup artists, 120 models, 60 dancers, actors and singers that are on the stage that night. It's a tremendous event. It's a non-comp policy event. That means if you're a hairdresser, you're a makeup artist, you're a dancer, you're an actor, or you're a singer, whether you're a patron or sitting at a table, everyone has paid to be there. Everyone believes in giving back. So when I stand out there on the evening of Brilliant at St. Paul's, I'm always overwhelmed to see that the whole community comes together to say thank you every year.
Well, we're very excited because Dean is a friend of mine. I've known him for a very long time, and when the event actually was first presented to us, I was really excited to be a part of it. So we were in it from the very beginning. So we've seen it grow from what it was from the very beginning to what it is this year. I find that the last few years, Vancouver has really begun to celebrate being a city. I've always called it a stubborn teenager. It thinks it's all grown up, but it had a little ways to go. And people really are getting involved in the community more than I feel they have before. And I think that it's a good way to bring people together, especially over mental health, because I feel it's something, again, that more people should talk about. We're doing a segment called Beauty and the Beast. I'm not sure if I'm allowed to say that. However, it's a part of the group that's going to be a fair bit of fantasy, and we could really push it with the designer that we're working with, and we can push the hair. So it'll all be hair, lots of hair.
Actually, I kind of just fell into it after I did Vancouver Fashion Week, I think 2 years ago. And then Dean found me and then asked if I wanted to participate, and I decided why not? It's for a good cause. But recently, I did have a close relative that suffered from depression, and she did take her life. So it's a bit more personal for me this year, and I think if we knew and she had the proper treatment, I don't think she would have left us. Yeah. I was so excited when I got Cinderella. Actually, Dean asked me which fairy tale I wanted to do, and I was like, is Cinderella available? Because that's the only one I want to do. And he's like, yeah, it is. So I was so happy. I've always wanted to do Cinderella ever since I was a little kid. For sure, you're gonna see the main dress, the blue dress, and then possibly something from the Stepsisters. I haven't decided yet, but it'll be a big surprise for everyone.